Because of the influx of Chinese businesses in Singapore, our unique culture and heritage we have in Singapore might be washed out.
The Chinese businesses know exactly what locals want. We want cheap prices, but we want phenomenal service.
With how China rises in the 21st century, it's inevitable for China to export their service and products. Should it continue? It's not whether it should, but I personally believe it's gonna continue.
My friends and I have discussed about how we see more F&B establishments that are like Chinese owned. I think the influx started maybe late 2023 or maybe early 2024-ish. We share Luckin. Scarlett supermarket has been expanding in Singapore, and then now they have one in Tampines, one in Pasir Ris.
There's like a lot of hotpot places. I never really go there a lot because can say that all the shops all there is like very standard. Like the food all there is like almost the same, but just the taste different only now.
2023 is where I really started to notice them. All the time Mixue, Luckin, all the time Luckin. Every single mala shop. Panda Chan. My friends and I, when we go out, usually we end up eating Chinese food because that's what we all somehow simultaneously seem to crave. And then culturally, there's also going to Hai Di Lao. That seems to be the #1 activity for Singaporeans after clubbing. Not that I partake in all that, but just saying, it's an observation.
I went away on exchange in Canada for 5-6 months. So when I came back, I realized there were a lot more Chinese brands, like fashion clothing brands, that we didn't see previously. And there was also like way more Luckin outlets than there was before we left.
Originally, I'm from China. I came in Singapore in 2017, converted to Singapore citizen last year. When the Chinese economy takes up, I think Singapore is a natural market because cultural similarities, just given the predominant Chinese population in Singapore. I have mixed feeling because I have friends who are working for Chinese companies. The working culture is not particularly, employee friendly. So 996 is actually 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and 6 days a week. And sometimes you don't have enough time with family over the weekend.
To be honest, I feel it's quite hard to find halal places now. Because there's one time I go with my friend, we tried to find halal places around the corner and we can't really find it until to the point where we have to Google search where's the nearest one, then we go there also need double check also.
I'm an NT student, so in North Spine there used to be this halal fried rice store. But then right now it has been replaced by a Chinese drink store and another Chinese food store. NT students don't really have a lot of halal food options in the first place. A lot of us were actually really sad when that fried rice store got replaced. Also, I've heard from a lot more of my non-Muslim friends that are non-Chinese speaking. Some of them have social anxiety entering some of these F&B places because they're scared that they will be talked to in Chinese and they just don't want that, they're nervous.
Since I was young, people have told me that I should just learn Chinese, right? That my life will be easier if I just learn Chinese. But I don't think I need to learn Chinese just to get a meal. And sometimes the person that's attending doesn't speak English or speaks very little English. The change could probably be that the ordering system is better, whereby I could just fill up a form or something of that sort, that at least the communication flows a bit easier.
As a Singapore-bred Chinese, I love my Malay, my Indian food, and it would be such a pity if, because of the influx of Chinese businesses in Singapore, our unique culture and heritage we have in Singapore might be washed out because there will be lesser people in Singapore to hold on to it.
When there are more Chinese-led businesses, it will bring to more tourism coming into Singapore as well, right? All these foreign students coming in, their families will come here to visit, and then hopefully it builds up a good reputation of Singapore and then builds up the economy through tourism anyway.
Being kind of in the middle between the West and East, Singapore is a very unique place that has this appealing for business from both East and West. And there is going to be some transitional adapting costs, but eventually I sort of believe those Chinese businesses will become more international. They will try to become more attractive to people from other backgrounds.
I don't think they should expand more because it's quite a lot already. They should just leave it as it is first. Maybe can set a restriction, 500 meters or what, there can be a certain amount of the same store can be repeated. If not, it will be very repetitive the place. It will be having the same store all over again.
I think the Singaporean market can handle a larger influx of Chinese businesses if it were to happen in the future. But I think more so the local mindset needs to shift in order to patronize local businesses and give them a bit more of a spotlight. It's worth it to inconvenience myself. As for the starting off advantage, I think the government could incentivize more small businesses to maybe expand, give them some sort of a head start so that they can compete in this market.
Us as Singaporeans, we have a duty to support our own local businesses. For example, the projector. It did have a cult following, but unfortunately it had to close down. And I think it's really sad because we didn't patronize it enough to give it a chance to flourish into something bigger. So yeah, I think Singaporeans have a role to play based on that.
We are a country where we accept everybody from all walks of life and all cultures, all ethnicities. But I think what we can do is get in touch with our roots and get in touch with our heritage and hang on to these things.